Hello everyone, what's up? It's KraDeNine's here, like always, bringing you guys a brand new MapleStory video. However, this time it will involve my top 5 favorite soundtracks in MapleStory, starting in at number 5. So, every time I'm going to list a brand new piece, I am going to explain a little bit about why it made my top 5. So let me start off with number 5, which is Sleepywood. Sleepywood is a very nostalgic tone to me because when I first started MapleStory in 2005, I was trapped in Sleepywood. So being in a high level area at level 10 or 11, or maybe even 15, it was a tough place to get around. You went to the right, you had ant tunnel. You go to the left, you're gonna be in this giant area and you're confused on which one to go. Because there's like 4 portals here and there's like 1 straight path here. Logic will tell you to go to the left. However, my logic told me to go to the right. So I was stuck in Sleepywood for quite a while of time, up until a nice other player came around to me and gave me a Genesis Town scroll, and to this day, it made me happy that I was able to escape Sleepywood. So here's the tone to Sleepywood. Now, my number 4 pick for MapleStory would be something that's kind of unexpected. My number 4 pick is actually Temple of Time. Now, normally this would make my top 3. However, I've heard this soundtrack so many times over the past few months that it kind of melted in a way. It just dissipated to the point where I've heard it so much it wore out on me. Now, it's not to say that this is a bad soundtrack. It's still my top 5. It's still my number 4. I love the soundtrack. I spent a lot of time listening to it especially. But, just well, here it is. Here's the soundtrack. Enjoy. Now, my number 3 pick is something that I can say is very, very nostalgic to many of you. It is Lift Harbor. Now, imagine you get off Maple Island and the first thing you are welcome to is a giant ship and a nice looking town, a very big town. And the second you get off the ship, you see a giant shark. Like, what? Now, why is this my number 3 pick is because honestly, Lift Harbor is an amazing soundtrack. It's a very nostalgic one where I've made so many adventurers that the second I get off the boat, Lift Harbor is right there. I spent a lot of time going to Lift Harbor to get quests, then go all the way to Sleepywood to do a jump quest. Now, like I said, very nostalgic. It is more nostalgia than it is good. Now, the Lift Harbor soundtrack is amazing, but if it wasn't for nostalgia, I would not have made it my top 5. Now, nostalgia just made it sound better to me. That's about it. So enjoy the soundtrack. Number 2, we have Elenia, which is, believe it or not, an amazing soundtrack. Imagine you're waiting for the Orbis boat, you're just sitting there and you're just hearing this amazing soundtrack with such awe-inspiring views in a way. Because I started playing Maple in 2005, which I've mentioned like 8 times in this video. But in 2005, most of the games I played that were side-scrollers were not as beautiful as MapleStory. It is my first MMORPG online, especially a 2D one. Yes, we've had others, but in the end, the soundtracks, the graphics were amazing. This was no exception. Elenia's soundtrack was amazing. No matter who you were, you probably enjoyed the soundtrack here. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy a bit of it, and we're gonna move on to number 1, which is going to be amazing. So, finally we have Cygnus Garden. Now, if you weren't expecting this, you have not watched a lot of my videos. Or if you did, then you probably knew, or either way, I mentioned this a lot. I love this soundtrack to levels I can't even comprehend. It is done so well that the first time I heard it, I would not accept that it was a MapleStory soundtrack. As good as a soundtrack in MapleStory was, there was a part of me that said, there's no way this is from MapleStory, this quality is amazing. And to this day, it's my #1 soundtrack. There are so many soundtracks that I adore. So many more that were not able to make my top 5 list. But the amount of amazing, the instrumentation in the song, it's beautiful, like, it's amazing. So that's my #1. Enjoy it, guys, and see you guys in my next top 5 video. See you later.